Hey everybody, it's Friday Morning Movie Reviews. I'm Melissa Angel.
I'm Nathan CK.
And this is probably the last X-Men movie under Fox and before Disney, now that, Marvel is going to take it all. And we've had a lot of good X-Men movies.
Yeah.
A lot of not good X-Men movies. More
Yes.
good than bad. And this is the directorial debut of one Simon Kinberg, who wrote the movie. He wrote a couple of the other X-Men movies before.
Oh, did he really?
He did. And this is an adaptation of the very famous Dark Phoenix comic from, I'm a little familiar with the comic. From what I remember from it, this isn't a good adaptation. But, I mean, I'm sure when Kevin Feige gets his hands on it, we'll get a good Dark Phoenix story eventually. Why don't you tell him who's in it? Who's in the movie?
So let's see. We have Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
And we basically have everyone
Basically her
else,
movie.
right? We have
Sophie Turner and everyone else.
and everyone else.
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, he's in it.
James McAvoy. Michael Fassbender. Who else?
Nicholas Hoult. Alexander Shipp.
Yep.
Jessica Chastain.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I forgot. Jennifer Lawrence in the
Jennifer Lawrence,
movie.
yep.
Peter Evans, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, basically, we
have the whole cast of X-Men First Class basically back.
They're back here,
Yeah.
and so the X-Men gotta go in space, rescue
Yeah.
NASA mission gone wrong, and while they're there, Jean Grey, played by Sophie Turner,
Yep.
gets hit with the Phoenix Force, this thing,
Yep.
and
This,
she
dark matter.
She becomes so much more powerful.
Yeah.
And then there's other things out there looking for that force, and that's Jessica Chastain.
Mm-hmm.
And as Sansa loses control of her powers, she gets more powerful. Couple of actors that you can tell really didn't want to be there.
Oh yeah.
Leave the movie pretty early on.
Yep.
And then from there we go. And I liked this movie.
I was not with this movie
for
half of it, and then some of the action started to happen. We got some cool fight scenes. We got some crazy train sequences.
The train
happen
sequence is
in
awesome.
a lot of X-Men movies. If you actually think about it, a lot of train.
In the first movie, there's one.
The first movie, we have
the Wolverine.
There's a train sequence.
Days of Future Past.
Oh
my god, I didn't realize that.
They love trains.
They love trains.
You know, it's how you transport them.
That's one of those. Yeah.
Is it safe?
I don't know. Okay. So the action worked for me. I liked the story. I didn't want the movie to suck, but I expected it would. But I enjoyed myself watching this movie.
See, I think some of the confusion I had a little bit was it wasn't X-Men, it was Dark Phoenix. I thought it was going to be a complete
it was her story
on Jean Grey, which it was a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you get
gets
introduction
the most screen
into
time,
the.
I think, of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, she's supposed to. She better.
Yeah.
Shit.
She didn't get top billing.
she
didn't. She was like the 4th or 5th. I'm like,
crazy,
it's a movie,
right?
Well,
I think that's one of the flaws where it became more about all the other X-Men. It became
it was too
Professor
Charles
X
heavy for me, and it was making him
became like his story.
And it was the same story they told in Days of Future Past with him.
Yeah.
Where you take out Sansa and you put Raven in, it was the same thing. Where he's trying to control her and I raised you. You didn't raise me, bitch.
Yeah,
this other,
Yeah.
And then it's the same thing over here. And then Professor X is acting weirdly cocky. And then the people love the X-Men, and they never explained why. And I'm like, that didn't feel earned to me.
Yeah.
Where
like it was just
a little girl holding a Mystique toy, like that didn't.
Yeah,
feel
that was funny.
like
Bullshit.
And the action really did work for me though. I like the story. There's a lot of set pieces that I enjoyed in the movie. I liked the music by Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, the music's great. Yeah.
I thought Sophie Turner was good in the movie. The writing for some of the dialogue,
dialogue.
It was questionable.
Really rough. Gets a little better.
Yeah, Beast. These movies have no idea what to do with Beast because he's a werewolf, basically. Like, he's a mutant whenever he wants to be, and then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Beast are real. We got a lot of blue people. Why?
I know. I was looking at the screen. I'm like,
four blue people.
There's so many. Why? And there's too many characters. There's too many characters. Did you need Storm? They didn't need Quicksilver. Quicksilver, who stole the last two movies,
way underused. Where was he in the train sequence? Remember?
He's barely in the movie.
Yeah, he's barely in the movie.
Storm, she had nothing to do. Nightcrawler, his only thing was just to get people places, but he didn't have a story.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. Unless we missed that in a different X-Men, which we probably did. But I don't think
poor Ty Sheridan, who plays
Cyclops.
Yeah. He has to act with this visor covering his eyes. He can't emote at all with.
Yep.
Magneto had no place in this movie.
No place. I liked him though.
I like Michael Fassbender.
When it gets to him, then it's like, okay, here we go.
I like him.
A little pick me up.
Jessica Chastain. Why don't you talk about good old Jessica Chastain?
I mean, I just think.
Ka-ching.
Yeah. I don't know. Her character, she was just a random person at a random time, and then here come aliens, and now she's an alien.
And she's the mayor of Bland City, by the way. She's just nothing to her character. Like, no reason it had to be her.
Completely.
And yeah, you said it. Aliens, like, I'm glad they finally did Aliens, but it took them to the last
movie. It was
movie,
Captain Marvel.
And then they were aliens. They were barely aliens. Like, during the train fight scene, spoilers, I'm sorry.
Was that the Kree?
It was like, I wanted them to be aliens. Why are they still dressed like people? Because it's cheaper and you don't have to animate. And at the ending of the movie, the very last thing in the final battle, I thought, okay, that's pretty obvious that's where it's going to go. And then the very last shot in the movie, it's like, well, what the hell I liked the movie, but,
Yeah, there's problems. I mean...
Enough worked for me. I will say, enough for me worked.
It wasn't worse. When you compare it to Godzilla,
it's better than Apocalypse. It's better than
Apocalypse.
The Last Stand. Any last thoughts on this movie?
No. I mean, can't wait till
we get
Disney gets a hold of it.
I'm gonna go 3.3 out of 5.
3.3. I'm going a solid 3, guys. Yeah. Solid 3. It's not a terrible movie.
It's not.
If you really care about X-Men, I mean, you get an X-Men movie, which I wish they would have labeled that as an X-Men movie and not just a
This
Dark
movie
Phoenix.
could be called Professor X / Dark Phoenix.
It could be, yeah. Because we get the whole cast,
Yeah, so you wanted just her.
If it was that,
maybe her and a couple side
that's what they sold it as.
Okay,
it's just her. I didn't know anything about her backstory, and that's what I was kind of interested because we always hear Jean Grey this, Jean Grey that, Jean Grey that, and I was like, okay,
Professor
that could
X
be a cool
should have
movie.
been supporting player, but he was a lead, basically.
Yeah, he was.
And
Yep.
All right, guys, that's the review. And
like, comment, subscribe.
What's your favorite X-Men movie? Like, comment, subscribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First Class.
Oh, yeah, me too. No, Logan.